What's up, guys? Coach Robbins here. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about ball carrier weapons. As everyone started to slowly transition into spring ball, I want to talk a little bit about something you can possibly use during this time. Now, let's define what weapons are. A weapon is a thing designed or used for inflicting bodily harm or physical damage, a means of gaining an advantage or defending oneself in a conflict or a contest. So some of the ball carrier weapons are the ram spin, the prop, the straight arm, either high or low, and then most people's favorite is the juke. Now, the ram. The ball carrier lowers his shoulder to power through a defender. Upon contact, the ball carrier will rip through that arm to break through the tackle of the defender. Usually it occurs during traffic. So we have a running back right here in traffic, ironically, lowers his shoulder, is able to gain a first down when he looks like he was dead to rights. Again, coming off a juke, and he lowers his shoulder again. So in tight spaces, oftentimes and not, you're going to have to lower your shoulder. And it doesn't necessarily just apply to offensive players. If you're a guy in the kick return game, you may have to lower your shoulder and make some things happen, right? And then one of the best to do it, one of the greatest, in my opinion, Mike Allstott, right? The guy was notoriously known for making guys pay by lowering his shoulder, right? So I'm a firm believer that you have to be intentional with, working these weapons, right? So in practice, some of these things have to come second nature to people. For some, it is just a natural thing to do, but for most, it's something that, many have to practice on a consistent basis so that it can become second nature. Getting into the ram spin, the ball carrier lowers the shoulders into the defender that is trying to make the tackle or wrap up. When contact is initiated with the shoulder, the ball carrier spins away from the contact to break free from the tackle. Okay. Also on the spin, I always tell guys, you want to expect contact, right? Even a spin in space, not coming off of using your shoulder ram. You always want to put two hands on the football, great pad level, and definitely expect contact. Just like this clip we just saw here, right? Here we are here again, an outside zone to the right. All of a sudden, we look like we're dead to rights. When we spin, get into the open field, now we give ourselves a chance to help our team score a touchdown. Again, in the return game, right? In traffic, spins out of there, puts the offense in great field position. All right, now we're talking about the prop. The ball carrier uses his offhand, non-ball carrying hand, as a weapon to prevent from falling to the ground. His offhand acts as a third leg and allows the ball carrier to fight for more yards and recover his balance. Okay, so again, we talk about being intentional. Okay, here we are working our kickstand drill, right, where we're catching the ball, and as we're getting upfield, we're putting that hand down. Right, I had a kid before. Tell me, like, why am I doing this, right? I don't know if I'll ever do this in the game. Then later on in that practice, suddenly he naturally puts his hand down as he's almost falling to the ground. And then I said, oh, haha, you actually will use this. So, again, being intentional helps guys better perfect this thing when those situations come about. So, again, right here, working the 3-point prop drill with the running back group, okay? Doesn't apply to just offensive players. Defensive players turn into ball carriers as well. Okay, here in the league, right? They execute these things as well, right? Aaron Jones running the football. Okay, here we are, guy from the Buffalo Bills coming across the field, puts his hand on the ground, right? All of a sudden, a play that's a short yardage play turns into a big time touchdown, which is phenomenal. Okay. Again, being intentional with these drills will help you execute these things. And then lastly, running a screenplay. Looks like a short gain for a screen. All of a sudden, hand goal on the ground, big time gain, first down. Okay, let's talk about the stiff arm, high and low, right? The high stiff arm is utilized against the defender coming to the tackle. Coming to tackle a ball carrier above the waist, typically from an angle. The ball carrier uses his offhand to deliver a blow to the defender to keep him from wrapping up the ball carrier. And then we're talking about low. The low straight arm is utilized against defenders making a tackle below the waist on the ball carrier, typically from an angle as well. The ball carrier uses his offhand to deliver a blow to the defender. Often this maneuver will result in the hand pushing the helmet towards the turf, right? So we love the stiff form. We love embarrassing the guy, putting our hands in their face mask, all that cool stuff. Again, so we talk about, again, being intentional. So some of the drills will work, right? Working, obviously, ball security, okay? And then working the stiff form and then finishing with the shoulder ram, okay? So we'll do it at our level. You see right here, University of Miami, they're doing it. And then we have big Derrick Henry, right? Still playing in the league, one of the bigger backs we've ever seen, okay? Shoving the guy to the ground. And then probably the best run in franchise history for the Seattle Seahawks, Marshawn Lynch, right? Springs this run even further because of a vicious stiff arm. And, his team wound up winning a first-round playoff game. Big-time play, okay? Lastly, we're talking about the juke. The juke is any move other than listed above to make the defender miss one tackle of wrapping up the ball carrier. The use of eyes and or body lean away from cut will aid the success of the juke, right? Personally, I think most of the kids that I coach love working the juke. So trying to be intentional, we'll work some speed cut drills where we're working in tight spaces, right? So that we can fine tune some of the things that we're looking for. And again, you see we're incorporating some of the things like we just talked about earlier, the shoulder ram, okay? As you start to get good at these, you can start incorporating multiple weapons in your drill, okay? So again, if you're working in a live situation, a game situation, or even in practice, right? You can work these things, working the juke, moving one way and coming back to the other side, right? Working in open space. Obviously, this is a phenomenal weapon to use when you're operating in open space. So again, being intentional is going to help these things because once we get into a game-like situation, these things will come about, and you need to make sure that you are equipped and are comfortable with using these weapons, right? Barry Sanders, the greatest of all time in many's opinion, right? That was probably his best weapon to utilize was a juke. And, had he not retired early, probably be the all-time leading rusher in many people's opinion. But you can just take a look. I'll try to shut up for a couple seconds, but take a look and just, admire his work. Yep. So how do we fine tune these things? The ball carrier must possess an arsenal of weapons to further extend the possibilities of success on the field. So fine tuning these weapons, you got to do it in individual period, match period, easy ups, routes on air, inside run, team, whatever you're working on, you have to utilize the weapons. So in summary, the weapons are an extension of the tools to help extend the football play for the ball carrier. The ball carrier weapons, ram spin, prop, straight arm, and the juke. The weapons must be fine-tuned daily throughout various phases in practice and creating habits for the ball carriers. Work on these on a daily basis. I can almost assure you that you're more than likely going to have success when these opportunities come about.